It's been a while, I know. Everything is so expensive, including cars, unfortunately. And that's why I decided to create a series of videos where we're gonna be exploring different car options you can choose from based on a certain budget. And in this video, we're gonna play with a $10,000 budget, since it is, in my opinion, the perfect budget for a first car, due to several reasons. The first reason is that most of us are probably in the beginning of our career and of our personal financial life. Since it's our first car, I think 10,000 is a feasible amount for many to save and actually not go into debt by taking a car loan. And the second reason is that $10,000 is kind of a minimum amount that we're gonna need to spend on a vehicle based on the criteria that we're going to discuss further in the video. And 10K will actually get you a good, reliable, and somewhat recent car. I've been spending so many hours and watching so many videos. I've been trying to analyze everything and put it into one video so you don't have to do it on your own. And I'm hopeful that this video is going to find many people who are trying to find their first car. So let's get right into it. But before we jump right into our list, let's just quickly discuss the criteria or rules that we're gonna follow when we're gonna choose our next car. And the first criteria is very obvious. It's reliability. It's our first car, so we're trying to avoid any expensive fixes right at the beginning of our car ownership. We just want to enjoy going on road trips or going to get groceries or driving with your friends or whatever you want to do with your first car. And our main goal is just to find a car that we can depend on. The second rule is affordability. Even though we already discussed that total amount we're going to pay for the car is not going to exceed $10,000 US, we still want to make sure that the car is affordable to own, meaning that the cost of insurance, gas, and maintenance is relatively low. The third, and I think one of the most important criteria for choosing your first car, is safety. And I think it gets overlooked by many people, especially first-time car buyers. Most of the people who are trying to buy their first car are actually young people. And us young people, we're very risk-taking, and we usually think that if something happens, like someone gets into the accident, we think it's not gonna happen to us. But usually the most dangerous drivers are young drivers. So it's better to be in a safe car if something would happen. The fourth one is practicality. I was trying to find cars with 2 rows, meaning more than 2 adults can fit in the car. Since I think for the first car, you are trying to also share the experience with other people, and usually with your friends or with your family. So it's always good to have more than 2 seats in the car. And the second part of practicality is cargo volume. So I was trying to find cars which could easily fit your groceries or maybe stuff you want to take with you on a road trip. And the last but not least is driving experience. And my list consists of different types of cars which might have very different driving experience. So you can choose whichever one you prefer most from the list I'm going to give you. And I'm going to explain in more detail how the driving experience is delivered in each of those cars. And the first car on my list is the car that you're gonna find on most Reddit posts if you search for the best first car on Reddit, and it's Honda Civic. We are specifically looking into the 9th generation of Honda Civic, which was sold from 2012 to 2015 in North America. You can get it in both sedan and coupe forms. And as you can see on the screen, you can find one below $10,000, taking into account that the mileage is gonna be just below 100,000 miles. The Civic has a strong reputation for reliability, often running well beyond 200,000 miles, of course with proper maintenance. And it is widely known that Civic is one of the most dependable cars ever created. And they are also known for their low maintenance costs. Parts are widely available and affordable, and any mechanic can work on those Civics. With EPA ratings around 28 to 30 mpg in the city and 36 to 39 mpg on the highway. The Civic is equipped with solid safety features and received high safety ratings from the IIHS, and the interior of the Civic is well designed with easy-to-use controls, and the back seat and trunk space are adequate for a compact car, making it practical for everyday use. While not being a sports car, let's not forget that Civic Type R is built on the same platform, and even the base Civic offers a balanced driving experience with responsive handling and a smooth ride.
This makes it enjoyable for new drivers who want something more than just basic transportation.
And the second car on my list is, surprise, Toyota Corolla. I think there is no list in this world for the best first cars without Toyota Corolla in it. And mine is not an exception. For our budget, we're gonna stick with Toyota Corollas from years 2011 to 2013.
Again, every Corolla is known for its exceptional reliability. As well as the Civic, Corollas can run over 200,000 miles with minimal issues. This makes it a stress-free choice for first-time car owners who are looking for a dependable vehicle. And just the same as the Civic, repair costs for the Corolla are low and parts are so widely available, which makes Corolla probably the easiest and cheapest to maintain on our list. It is also very good in fuel, you can check the numbers here, and the safety ratings are also very solid. As all Toyotas go, it's very easy to use for first-time drivers, it has enough space for people and cargo, and even though it has a very comfortable ride, it's the most boring to drive on our list. It's what people call a basic transportation device, which is going to take you from point A to point B. It's going to do it without braking, without draining your wallet, so it's probably the most sensible car on our list, but it's definitely the least fun.
The third car on our list is also Japanese. It's one of the brands that I like the most currently.
And we are going to be looking into Mazda 3. The second generation, which was sold from 2010 to 2013 in North America. Don't get me wrong, it's not Toyota or Honda, but it's very reliable. Models from this era of Mazda 3 are known to be very dependable if properly maintained. The fuel efficiency is on par with Civic and Corolla, which helps to stay on a budget, and probably the main reason why you're gonna buy Mazda 3 over the other Japanese competitors is the engaging driving experience. It's delivered by its sporty handling and responsive steering, making it one of the most fun to drive cars in its class. And I think this driving enjoyment is what first-time owners are gonna remember the most. It stands out with its sleek and sporty design, both inside and out, and its cabin is spacious for a compact car for people and cargo. What's important, that it's also a safe car, and I believe Mazda 3 just adds a little bit of character to this segment of cars.
The fourth car on our list is probably one of the most versatile cars ever created and gets overlooked by many people, which is Honda Fit.
Since it's a Honda, Honda Fit is just as reliable as Honda Civic. And hence, with proper maintenance, the Fit can easily surpass 200,000 miles. And again, just like Civic, the Fit is inexpensive to maintain, with affordable parts and wide availability of mechanics who are familiar with the model, making it one of the most low-cost options for the first-time car owners. It's small, light, which makes it perfect for city driving and parking in tight spaces. It's also easy to maneuver, making it ideal for new drivers as well. It shares its powertrain with the Civic, so it's also high fuel efficient, with EPA ratings around 27 to 28 mpg in the city and 33 to 35 mpg on highway. The Fit is also very safe according to the IIHS reports, except for the small overlap front crashworthiness, which you should take probably into account. And the main advantage of the Honda Fit is its versatility and practicality. Since it's the only hatchback on our list, it has the most cargo capacity. It can easily fit 4 people, and I think Honda made a really good job with naming convention for this vehicle, since this car just easily fits into your life. Sorry, I had to make this joke. And the most exceptional thing, the feature that is called the Magic Seat, which allows multiple seating configurations and creates a spacious interior for a subcompact car. You can fold seats flat for the large items or fold them upwards for taller objects, making it practical for various needs.
The fifth and last car on our list is surprisingly not a Japanese car. Most of you probably didn't expect a German car to be on our list, since we're trying to be financially responsible and German cars are known to be very unreliable. However, we're going to be looking into Volkswagen Jetta from 2011 to 2013, and I'm going to explain you why.
Specifically, we're going to be looking into the models with 2.5-liter 5-cylinder engines. This engine is known to be one of the most dependable engines, and some people even call it the most reliable engine that Volkswagen ever made. And it's also the engine with the most horsepower and the most pound-feet of torque out of the cars we discussed today. It brings a good balance between performance, fuel efficiency, and dependability make it enjoyable for both city and highway driving. And again, you can look at the fuel efficiency numbers on the screen. And meanwhile, let's just talk about the strengths of this vehicle. And if you found a proper maintained example of one of those, it's going to be a very affordable vehicle to own and maintain. Along with this, the Jetta's larger than average interior for a compact sedan provides ample space for passengers and cargo, making it practical for everyday use and road trips. The Jetta also offers a smooth ride with a focus on comfort, making it an ideal first car for those who want a refined driving experience. Its handling is responsive, and the steering offers a good balance of feedback and ease of use. I also feel that Jetta's sleek, understated design gives it a premium European look that sets it apart from many of its competitors. Even though this car is 12 years old, I think it still looks pretty modern on the outside. The Jetta was also considered one of the safest cars in its class. And in spite of the fact that Volkswagen is not considered to be a very reliable brand, you can find a lower mileage example of one of these Jettas for a much cheaper price than its Japanese competitors. So to sum it up, I think this Jetta is kind of a wildcard option on this list. It combines solid performance, comfort, safety, and European styling, making it a great first car for those looking for an enjoyable and practical driving experience. And I think this option is also pretty cool because it's not obvious. Not many people know that this generation of Volkswagen Jettas, specifically with 2.5-liter engine, are very reliable.
I feel like you cannot go wrong with any of those cars we discussed in our list. Each of those cars brings something to the table. Even though Toyota Corolla seems like a boring choice to me, it just makes so much sense. You know, whether you prioritize looks or driving experience, maybe versatility, I think you can find everything on this list. And it's very important to have several options when you're trying to buy your first car, and not even the first car, any car at any point in your life, because you can just easily widen your options. And in different areas, some of the cars are going to be more popular than other ones. So just make sure you go with 2 or 3 options when you're trying to go and buy a car. And of course, buying a car is not an easy thing, especially for first-time car buyers. So it's very important to get the reports for your car. Usually it's going to be a Carfax report, which is going to tell you the main things about the vehicle, including the mileage, how it was maintained, was it in any accident before. And if you're going for any of those cars, please just make sure they're in good condition, they haven't been into any accidents, they've been properly maintained, and hopefully you're gonna find one with a lower mileage. If you can tick all of these 4 boxes, you're gonna find yourself a pretty good deal. The funny thing is that while I was making this video, I was actually looking myself into purchasing one of those vehicles. And the good news is that I finally found the car I wanted. And it's actually one of the cars on this list. The next video I'm gonna make is gonna be the review of my very first car, and I'm so excited to show you guys what it is. But I'm very hopeful that this video is going to be helpful for many people who were in the same shoes like me. I'm going to see you in the next one. Stay savvy, and I'll see you on the next ride.